Una entrevista muy chingona que le va a gustar a toda la raza. Aquí tengo a mi amigo Zen, que es el esposo de mi suegra. Zen, where are you original from, Zen?
I'm original from the East Coast, Connecticut.
East Coast, Connecticut.
Yeah.
Es de la costa del este de Connecticut. Donde están los meros, los güeros, los KKK. ¿Alguna vez habían escuchado de los KKK? Pues Zen nos va a dar una entrevista abierta. He's going to give us an open interview about his past, things he knows, and stuff like that. So you guys know more about things that is curious to know, you know. Now he changed. He's a different person, but he's going to tell us something about his story. Nos va a decir unas cosas de su historia, de lo que pasó cuando era joven, dónde creció y la cultura de los estadounidenses en los tiempos de antes y donde él creció, ¿verdad? Zen, have you went to you served the military?
Yes,
Maybe?
I did, yes, and I'll tell you why.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was just around the time when the Vietnam War was heating up, you know?
Uh-huh.
And they were starting to draft people for it. And I says, I don't want to go over there in the Army and slug through the rice paddies shooting at the Vietnamese over there. So I joined the Navy. I figured they're not going to go over there, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't, you know? I spent one tour over there for a year, but all we did was stay off the coast and go up and down and radio out to the carriers where they dropped the bombs. You know?
Oh,
so
crap.
that was pretty good. Had a lot of good liberty over there, you know, to Hong Kong and Singapore and all those ports over there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hong Kong is on Vietnam or China?
Hong Kong, I think, was independent.
Oh, back in that time.
Yeah.
Now it's still independent.
I think it's China now. I think
Okay.
China took them in. Yeah.
Pues él dice que cuando fue la guerra de Vietnam, en ese tiempo él no quería ir en realidad a la guerra, dice, pero le tocó pues incluirse a la naval de los Estados Unidos y es donde se la pasó por ahí en la costa de Vietnam, donde básicamente él servía como de comunicador y de donde almacenaban las bombas y toda esa onda y pues en su viaje pues conoció varios lugares como Hong Kong y varios lugares del área de Vietnam y China por ahí más o menos.
Well, since our ship was basically a communication platform,
Okay.
they used it twice to go out and run the communications for Apollo recoveries.
Okay.
It was coming back down, you know. So I spent a couple of nice weeks over in Hawaii 2 different times.
Okay.
One time I had my wife come out, and the next time I have fun.
There you go. Dice que pasó varias semanas en las costas de Hawái y que pues, a veces lo visitaba su esposa, no mi suegra, la esposa que tenía antes. Y pues también se divertía, ¿no? Había sus ratos libres. What is the worst part you remember about the war? That time when you went when you served.
The worst part,
Like something you remember, like shit, this was like fucking too much.
yeah, well, we went in on 4th of July one time to watch the firefights so we could see, you know, what the war was like. And
Shit.
yeah, we went up pretty close so we could see. They would use parachutes to drop these, you know, flares that would light up the jungle at night. So they could see what they were shooting at.
What
And then you could see the tracer bullets going back and forth. You know, that was pretty hairy.
Le pregunté cuál fue una de las ocasiones más fuertes que él miró durante estuvo en la guerra. Como él no estuvo en el área del mero combate, dice que le tocó mirar una vez en el 4 de julio. Él quería ver cómo se miraba pues el lugar de acción de los balazos y de toda la onda, ¿no? Y estuvieron cerca donde miraron todo, dice, donde en las noches aviones tiraban de esas luces fosforescentes para que se viera y vieran a dónde estaban disparando y a quién estaban disparando y se miraban los proyectiles de ida y vuelta en la jungla. That was pretty wild, huh?
Yeah, it was all right. You know, well, we saw a lot of ports over there on that ship. Like I said, we went to Hawaii twice, went down across the equator to become a shellback. Oh, yeah, we saw, you know, a lot of the ports of call over there. Like I said, Singapore, Hong Kong, and Taiwan.
Pretty woman over there or no?
Some of them, you know. If you like that kind of woman, you know.
Yeah.
Some people don't care too much for their facial features and everything.
Especially when it's just for fun.
Well, that's for fun. It's okay. But we went to the Philippines. We went to Japan. You know, we got around over there pretty good.
For how long you been? You served the Navy?
4 years.
4 years?
Yeah.
Okay. That was what, like in the what?
68 to 72.
Del 68 al 72 sirvió en la naval de los Estados Unidos.
Yeah. So I only did a year over there, and then they sent me back, and I was radiation control on a submarine tender.
Okay.
So the boat that I was on would work on the submarines, and if there was any mechanical.
Oh, so you was working around submarines inside, like underwater and all that stuff?
No, not underwater. They'd be up on the surface.
Oh, they bring it up and
to be worked on. Yeah, but we go down in the engine room, and we could build glove boxes so they can work on the contaminated piping without getting any contamination out. So we had, you know, you would put tools and stuff in through a special window, like, you know, just so nothing could get out.
Ok, pues dice que fue divertido cuando estuvo en la naval, estuvo en varios lugares, hicieron varios tipos de cosas, pues que hacen en la naval, ¿no? Como pues, limpiar estuvo en un barco donde limpiaban los submarinos, le daban mantenimiento y muchas cosas más, que pues tenían que ver con cuestiones militares. So you're from Connecticut. Do you know these elections are going crazy with the people, like, you know, especially with Latinos because of who's the president right now? Mm-hmm. What do you think? What are your thoughts about the new administration? Straight up. I mean, if you okay with the president or you're not. I mean,
well, I gotta tell you, I don't follow politics too much at all. Mm-hmm. But from what I understand, he's digging back into and coming up with all these people who have been ripping us off and putting money back in to our economy, which is a good thing. You know, I never expected that from him. I never did like the guy, but I gotta say, when he puts his mind to it, he gets stuff done, you know? And so, as long as he wants to get the right stuff done, I'm all for him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dice, le pregunté qué piensa de la administración de que está ahorita en el presidente y todo lo que está pasando. Y dice que él está de acuerdo con, no es una persona que haya sido de su agrado, pero que pues al él poner dinero e invertirlo en el país, junto con toda la gente que básicamente nos metía en la riata, pero dice que ahora están invirtiendo para que el país se acomode, que es lo que él entiende, que pues para él está bien. And what do you think about this administration? Do you think this administration is racist, is against a community, or is just what are your thoughts about? Because you know, normally our community as Latinos, as immigrants, you know, we have a different opinion. You know.
Yeah, I think so, and I think different cultures feel differently about it, but I really don't see him as a racist, you know? I think he may have some bad impressions of certain cultures, but I don't see him as a racist, really. You know, he just, if you're on the side of the right and you're doing the right thing, he's all for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dice que le pregunté que qué piensa de la administración nueva, que si es racista con alguna comunidad como los latinos o algo así. Y dice que él piensa que bajo la perspectiva de las comunidades o algunas comunidades, pues lo vemos así, pero dice que pues él piensa que mientras estés en el lado correcto o derecho, no, pues nunca vas a estar mal, ¿va? Es lo que él piensa. I personally believe he's a little tough on that situation with immigrants. I know for facts that he knows the immigrants in general, not just Mexicans.
Yeah.
You know, there we come to this country, of course, to like have a better life, but
Yeah.
of course to make this country better. You know what I mean? Because the for me, I think the Make America Great Again, it includes Mexicans or any immigrants from all
That's
around the
right.
world.
You need the inflection of new ideas and new blood to get the job
Manpower
done.
and all that.
Yeah. And I disagree with him on his immigration policies. That's for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Le digo que en mi forma de pensar yo pienso que en ciertas cosas sí es un poco duro con la inmigración, pero que le digo que eso de hacer a América más mejor también incluye a todos los inmigrantes de todo el país, no nomás latinos, ¿verdad? Y que pues como dice él, que los inmigrantes traen nueva sangre, nueva mano de obra, nuevas ideas para que el país siga siendo un país grande como lo ha sido. Because that's what makes America great, of course.
Well, yeah. I mean, what's he thinking? He wants to send everybody home to where they came from. We'll only be left with the indigenous Indians.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
I mean, he got to go too.
That's the only leftovers that are going to be in the
That's
country.
right.
¿No? Dice que cómo va a querer mandar a todos para su casa y al final de cuentas pues van a quedar puros nativos que son los originales de la tierra, ¿no? Que es algo tonto. Yeah, that's kind of like stupid, huh?
Yep.
He better start with his girlfriend first, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I think, my opinion, is not just the administration which that makes some kind of like bad comments about immigrants, but also the people around the administration, the people who actually voted for him. You know, I know there's people who voted for him because of to like keep the family the right way. You know, let's say we're Christians or stuff like that. So we believe, you know, man for woman, woman for man, and all this stuff that is made up by God, right? And some people actually voted for him because of that. You know, they don't want to have abortions. They don't want to have kids getting teachers that are like feel like transgenders or stuff like that. You know, so they want to kind of like stop that kind of like liberalism. But I think there's other people that voted for him because they're really like racist. I mean, I know for a fact that there's like people that, you know what, fuck everybody off the country.
Yeah.
We just want pure white people here.
Yeah.
That's my task. What do you think?
I think you're probably right about that. It's about some people, you know. Personally, I didn't vote in the election. You know, I don't give a shit who's running the place. The way I look at it is you got Tweedledee or Tweedledum. They're both going to screw up something.
Yeah.
You know?
they all do at the end of the day. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not like I'm like Democrats or I'm a Republican, you know, because like you say, I don't give a shit about, because I know for facts both parties are against the freaking they're against the freaking, you know, the people. You know, you're never gonna have the government on your side. That's for facts. This been happening, you know. Le digo que yo pienso que la administración nueva ahorita no es tanto que impulsan o que hacen comentarios racistas o discriminatorios en cierta forma, depende cómo los toma la gente, sino que también hay mucha gente alrededor que se impulsan por la nueva administración y le dan fuerza, digamos, a su instinto racista o neonazi, como le quieran decir, pues a sentirse como que ahora sí pueden discriminar a cualquiera. ¿Por qué? Porque sienten que a lo mejor su presidente o la administración que está ahorita pues son los que les dan ese respaldo, ¿no? What do you think about what happened on the Capitol? Remember the one January 1 or something that, you know, when on the last elections when Biden won, you know, and there were a lot of people like who went to the Washington D.C. And they attacked the Capitol, I guess, and they just.
Oh my.
Do you hear about it?
Well, vaguely, again, I don't pay too much attention to politics and all this, what's going on
Okay.
with the people against the government, because it's going to happen, it's going to happen. Personally, when you talk about, transvestites and stuff like that, that you say he's against, I'm not too fond of that stuff myself. I mean,
Right.
I wouldn't care to be that way.
Right.
But
right.
I figure, if you want to be that way, fine. Well, stay home. Keep it out of sight. Don't
Right.
let everybody else needs to see it.
And I think a lot of people agree with that. I actually agree with that. I'm okay if you like to be a woman, a fish, fucking piece of shit, whatever the fuck you feel like you want to be. It's okay. That's you. But that's behind scenes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because in front of everybody, we're part of a community, so we gotta respect everybody. You wanna do this, do that, whatever. You wanna put something on your whatever. I mean, that's your choice. That's everybody's choice, right? But I guess we have to follow some rules too, some lines where it divides respect and your personal beliefs or things, right?
Well, if a man wants to dress like a woman, is he disrespecting society if he flaunts it in the open? Or is it his right for you to respect him to dress like that?
Estamos hablando de que en el tema de como del LGBT, de la LGBT, de la comunidad, de que pues como dice que sí, pues él no tiene ningún problema que alguien quiera ser como quiere ser y si le gusta algo, ¿verdad? Pero eso tiene que ser pues en su privacidad y lo que le gusta, ¿verdad? Pero él dice algo como si un hombre se viste como mujer, entonces que le está faltando el respeto a la sociedad o él tiene el derecho de hacerlo hacia la sociedad. I think there's a culture we already like used to. Let's say we see a man who identify as a woman, and we see it on the streets, dressing as a woman.
Yeah.
It might get some bullying. It might get some harassment.
Yeah.
It's not. I'm not saying that's good, but
No.
I mean, there's gonna be people who still believe as a straight way, So they're always gonna be like, that shit is not right, So the persons who actually say that, they're still on the rise too, because the fact that people wants to dress as a woman and it's alright because that's why we're in U.S. of America.
Yeah.
It's a it's a free country. It's a freedom of speech, whatever. So they have the freedom to dress and feel like whatever the fuck they want, as same as other people have the freedom to say, you know what, I don't like the fucking way you're dressing. I don't like the way you act. I don't like that you feel like you are a different gender. So I think both have the right to say, dress and do whatever the fuck they want, because that's why they're in a free country.
You gotta say, right? you don't like it, don't look at it.
Right.
You
don't like it, look at it, but
look at RuPaul and all of her lovely ladies that come traipsing out. You see them, and they're all transvestites. They're all men. And they come out, and there's some beautiful women there.
and to be honest, a lot of them, a lot of the people from that community, they're very chill, they're very cool, they're very social, like as people.
That's true.
Of course, it's like any other community, right? There's some people from that community. They're like very like maybe picky, very caring.
Well, they've got to be pretty liberal to be like that themselves.
Exactly, because you look at them and they're like, they start acting like, relax, man. Of course, it's not like normal for me. I mean, it's not normal for me that I walk every day to like people that feel different. So of course, people are gonna start staring at you, because that's. I mean, it might not be like bad, but it's different. So of course, people are gonna look at him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And wow. So le digo que en la parte de como de la comunidad de los homosexuales, como él dice, ¿no? Pues hay muchas personas que se visten así, incluso hay muchos que se miran como unas muchachas muy guapas, ¿no? y por cómo se visten y todo. Y le digo que también, sí, hay personas que de la comunidad que pues son bien chidas, son bien agradables, son a toda madre. Especialmente los de la comunidad, pero de los de la escuela vieja, que eran otro pedo, bien desmadre. Que hay muchos ahorita de la comunidad que pues son muy, todo les lastima, todo les duele, los miran y, ay, que me miran. O sea, también tienes que aguantar también, digamos, si pues obviamente te sientes diferente, pues obviamente la gente te va a mirar pues diferente. ¿Por qué? Porque pues tú te sientes diferente a lo que eres, obviamente las personas te van a mirar diferente, porque pues no es como miran normalmente a una persona, ¿no? Pero pues es cuestión de ideología y de cultura y de cierta forma pues también que mucha gente se informe, ¿no? Coming back to the culture, where you're so you're from Connecticut, right? Where your family blood or your family roots came from like
My father's family came from Sicily.
Cecilia,
Yeah, and my mother's from Ireland.
Ireland.
Yeah,
Oh,
back a couple of generations. They
Right,
were
right.
both born in the States.
let's say like what, like 300 years ago, or something like
Oh
that?
no, not that long.
Like 200.
Let me
something?
see. I'm 79, so I figure a generation two besides that, it maybe 120 to 150.
So you're a
years
third
ago.
generation?
Probably, yeah.
Dice que es como tercera generación de estadounidense. Su mamá es su papá es siciliano de Sicilia y su mamá es irlandesa. Pero dice que por ahí tienen como unos 100 años, más o menos 100 y feria de años. Es tercera generación de los Estados Unidos. That's where you were born and raised, in Connecticut?
Yeah, I was.
How is it there? How was when you grew up as a kid? It was cool, funny, hard, miserable. How was your when you grew up?
Well, actually pretty good.
Yeah?
I have to say I had it pretty good. You know, you could always connect with, you know, other kids your age from the neighborhood. So we'd go on a couple for a little while, and then you'd go off with another one.
Okay. It was a
You
good
know.
neighborhood.
Yeah, and so sometimes you'd all get together. You could always come up with enough kids to have a baseball game or a football game, you know, or something like that. So yeah, it was.
Your family were like wealthy?
No,
No, were
not
like,
hardly. My father, we had 7 kids in the family, and my father worked mostly 3 jobs to support us. You know, my mom stayed home; she was a stay-at-home mother,
all right.
and
Traditional family.
yeah.
All right. Le pregunté que cómo fue su infancia, cómo creció. Él es de Connecticut, ahí creció y ahí nació. Y dice que pues su infancia pues fue bien, se divertía, jugar partidos de béisbol con sus amigos, de aquí y allá, y que pues su papá pues era una persona muy trabajadora que trabajaba 3 trabajos y su mamá era una ama de casa. Viene de una familia tradicional, ¿verdad? Pero vamos a ver qué tan tradicional y qué tan cultura tenían. As a kid, most of your neighbors and family were like just white people, or the were, yeah. Do you?
Yeah, we didn't have too many people of color in the town at all. That, you know, when we go to a different church or something, see 1 or 2, and we'd say, yeah.
So when you grow up, when you see like people from different color,
Yeah.
on your either your community, church, or stores, whatever, what were your thoughts about it?
They were just different color, that's all.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mother was very, you know, open about that. She says, you know, people are different color, they're just different color. They're just people, and that's all. So we were pretty
Open about it.
open and accepting about it, you know.
Right. Have you ever had a girlfriend of color?
I wouldn't say a girlfriend, but yes.
Some ones, yeah. On Connecticut, do you ever heard or knew anything about like supremacists or the KKK stuff like that?
Oh, they're everywhere.
Everywhere.
You know, don't kid yourself. They don't come out a lot in, you know, into public, but yeah, they're everywhere. We have one fella over there in Connecticut who opened up his farm and invited the Ku Klux Klan to come over and have their rallies there.
Oh,
You know?
really?
Oh, yeah.
So he actually made it open for like KKK. Oh.
Yeah.
Damn. What do you know what it means KKK? Because I always heard about it. I know that they know there's like a group of supremacists that feel like they're special, whatever.
Yeah.
But what it actually means, K and K.
Okay,
Do you know?
well, it's the three things that they hate the most, and it's coons.
Coons?
Coons.
What does it mean?
Coon is the black man. Okay, so that's a slur against the black man. Kikes, which is a slur against the Jewish people.
Okay.
And Christians. I really can't tell you what kind of religion they are if they don't follow any type of Christian religion.
I thought someone.
What else is there? There's Jewish. The only other Jewish Christian. Well, you got your offbeat ones like the Seventh-day Adventists and stuff like that. You got your Arabian differences, you know, over there. But those they go towards Allah. They don't really.
Oh, so they're not into like Jesus Christ.
Right. Yeah.
Oh.
So I can't imagine what their
damn. So that was kind of like
preferred religion would be.
That was a little like, let's say, a little satanic then. Huh? Because he wasn't a Christian then.
Yeah, it could be.
Le pregunto que ahí donde creció si alguna vez conoció de lo que es la triple K, ¿no? Que es muy conocida por los supremacistas que se sienten especiales. Y dice que sí conoció un amigo que donde él creció, tenía una farm que le dice que es como un rancho y un bodega así de ranchos y hacían sus eventos, sus meetings y todo eso. Y le pregunté qué significa la triple K, ¿va? Y dice que es coon, que es lo que les dicen a la gente de color, Kus, second, right? Kus, second, Ku
Klux Klan.
Ku Klux Klan.
But I don't think that the three Ks, the names in their three Ks, I don't know what they're for. All I can see from them is hatred and what they're against. But I never knew enough about them or saw anything, or I never knew anybody who was actually in it. And so I don't know what they were for. You know, if they had any positive platform.
Right. Because I mean, if you're
in
a crew or a group, it's because, well, you believe everybody else is fuck, and you're better, and you're gonna make stuff better, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there gotta be a purpose for something like that.
So what
you never see that.
What do you have that's better? You know, I mean, we don't mind. If you don't like us, show us something better. Maybe we'll change.
Right. Yeah. We see you do that. Let me pause, right?
Yeah.
Pues él dice que él nunca, pues eso básicamente, ese de las tres Ks estaban en contra como de los cristianos, de los judíos y de la gente de color negro, ¿no? Pero pues que él nunca en realidad pues le vio ningún propósito positivo o algo mejor para que existiera pues el triple K, porque pues dice, si hubieran tenido algo mejor, pues nos vamos con ellos, algo que mejorara la ciudadanía o la gente. Pero pues él nunca entendió por qué, para qué, o sea, cuál era el propósito de la triple K. Pero but they're still around, huh?
Oh yeah, they're everywhere.
Do you think triple K is related to like the Nazis?
The neo-Nazis? You know,
they're related, or because
I really don't think so.
Because not the Nazis, I think they were like Christians, I guess, right?
The neo-Nazis are
they call themselves
basically against the Jews only.
Only, right?
You know, yeah.
They want to erase Jews from planet, right?
Yeah.
I heard they killed about like 40 million people.
40 million? Wow.
40 million people, civilians. I think 30 million soldiers, and I think like 40 million.
Wow.
Like I don't know.
Yeah.
But there were like over 100 million people dead,
Wow.
and on the Nazis stuff in the war and all that shit.
Yeah, well, I
Which
know that
was
the
the
Nazis were out to annihilate the Jews. So they probably killed that many in the gas chambers and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But
Plus a lot of soldiers, they died like fighting them too. It was a big part of the
Yeah.
story. A lot
Yeah.
of people die, and that was very,
Oh,
very
for sure.
unfortunately.
But-
Le estaba diciendo que en la guerra que si tenía alguna relación los triple K con los nazis, pero dice que a lo mejor no. ¿Por qué? Porque los nazis estaban más en contra de los judíos. Cual lo que le estoy diciendo, que yo miré unos datos, no sé si sean verdades o no, que mataron a más de 100 millones, o sí, más de 100 millones, o más de algo así, de personas, muchísimas personas.
But the Jewish people never had an army of their own. You know, they were never allowed to, because the Nazis would kill them, cull them out and kill them before they could even form an army. So if there was a Jewish soldier, it was from another country. You know, we're fighting with their army. Yeah, yeah.
Dice que that was in Germany.
Germany was the one that, yeah.
Dice que en Alemania no había judíos que estuvieran parte del arma o parte de la armada. ¿Por qué? Porque pues no los querían, y cada que había un judío que estaba armado o algo, querían hacer como un grupo para combatir, pues los mataban. Entonces los únicos judíos que peleaban en las guerras eran los que estaban en otro país para pelear contra los alemanes. Pero en Alemania básicamente los judíos eran mirados. I think by that time Jewish people were more I guess they hate him the most, more than black people back on like the OGs on the United States, isn't it?
No, I don't know. See, I think it was the Nazis, the German Nazis, headed by Hitler, who was the one that was so much against the Jews, more than the blacks or any other culture.
That's crazy.
You know, yeah. I mean, it was just Jewish was, for some reason, he just hated them, wanted to, annihilate them, basically.
I think I heard on a documentary, on a video or something, I saw somebody says that Hitler, when he died, or when he was about to pass away, or when he was in his last days, whatever, he says that people see him as a bad person, as a demon, or devil.
Yeah.
But he says that people in general, like the world, they're gonna regret that he didn't finish what he was supposed to do, because he thought that the Jewish people are gonna control the world, which like most of like the people are controlling like the big bucks are Jewish people.
Yeah.
So they control what we see, what we think, and all that stuff. So some people got that clip because they mentioned that he's supposed to do that to avoid what we live right now with this stuff.
Mm.
But that just, I think they're just how do you call that stuff? You just videos to like cut attention from people, whatever.
Now, let me ask you something. If you were, as a Latino, you were in charge of the gold and the banks and all that and the money, wouldn't you share your good
Revenue.
well, your good fortune, I guess, with the other Latinos. You know, your family and your friends, and and so that's what happened with the Jews. I mean, they got control. They shared it with the Jews.
Well, that's a good thing that they grow up because they're united. That's good. You know, that's something we probably see as shit. They're controlling everything, but we don't see the fact that they all together. Because, you know, I'm not talking about all my people, but a lot of my people, when they see somebody, you know, moving forward and having success and making a fortune or something, having a business, whatever, when they see somebody is moving forward up, they hate it. They might be doing something wrong.
They want to drag them down.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So and that happens.
Yeah.
And maybe that's one of the reasons, you know, part of the different communities are on a different level because they have a different mentality, of course. You know? And some of us, we just poor mentality that we just like, oh, you know, oh, that motherfucker have a house, I wanna do something because he's, you know, they don't like you to success, and they don't hate it when you like in a bad situation. You know, that's sad, but it's true.
You can call me racist, but I see the same thing with blacks. You know, that they're dragging each other down rather than boosting each other up. You know, and that's never going to get anybody anywhere.
Right.
And excuse me for saying so, but
no, I mean,
the blacks I see as breaking one of the cardinal rules of behavior, and that's shitting where you eat. You know, they rain their terror and against their own people, against their own neighborhoods and stuff like that. You know, if people just learn to come together and boost each other up, shit, we'd all be better off.
Yeah.
You know?
Es una de las cosas que estoy diciendo, que los judíos antes, pues cuando fueron atacados por los alemanes, pero pues como dice él y pienso también, ¿no? Dice, ellos se unen y si les va bien a uno, les va bien a todos, porque se ayudan entre ellos, los judíos, y crecen, ¿no? Y la comunidad, lo que le estoy diciendo es que mucha de nuestra comunidad, como latinos, no todos, pero muchos cuando ven que algún paisano o alguna persona tiene éxito o tiene riqueza o va creciendo, le empiezan a odiar, ¿no? Y en vez de que pues se ayuden o digan, sabes que yo quiero ser como tú, esto y lo otro. Y dice que él también lo ve mucho con la comunidad de la raza negra, ¿no? Que pues muchos de ellos también igual, pues todo el tiempo se andan tirando calabaza y nunca crecen. ¿Por qué? Porque pues no tienen esa cultura, esa mentalidad para salir adelante como comunidad, ¿verdad? Y es una de las razones por qué por los judíos tienen mucho éxito, mucho dinero, mucha riqueza, porque ellos trabajan en comunidad. And that's...
Yeah, and I really don't want to sound racist because I know a lot of the blacks have raised themselves up out of you know, the ghettos and stuff. But I'm talking basically about the poor kids living in the barrios and the really bad neighborhoods, you know, who don't have the wherewithal to move out and up instead of, you know.
Yeah, because their parents got stuck, so of course the kids are they're not gonna have access to the life.
Well, some of them break out and make it, and that's good.
But a lot of them, they don't. There's stories of success and all that stuff, but not everybody. So most of them, or a lot of them, they end up in bad moves, right? Dice que él no quiere sonar que sea racista o algo, simplemente hay muchos niños de la comunidad negra, y no es malo, ¿no? Es negra, cafés, blancos, so it's not racist, it's black, brown, white. That's how they identify us. You know? But that was a good conversation, Shane.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool and impressive. So anything you want to say to the people who are gonna look at you?
Yeah, I think we covered most of it.
Una pregunta que le quieres decir.
¿Tú?
So how many times you been married? O le pregunto cuántas veces se casó.
Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4.
4 times?
4 times.
So this is my first time being married, so I still have 3 more to go. Huh?
Not necessarily. you get a good one the first time, you don't have to
That's it.
worry about
That's
it.
it. Yeah. And what is it that you like about my mother-in-law?
Your mother-in-law. What are you getting me into here?
I mean, like, what do you like about her? Like, including everything, like family, culture.
Yeah.
Le corto y le digo que le pare poquito.
¿Eh?
Le corto y le digo que le pare poquito.
No, está bien. Well, we have
I
some
don't know.
noise. Tenemos un poco de ruido afuera y todo. Pero aquí quedó la entrevista con Zen. Él es el padrastro de mi esposa. Es el esposo de mi suegra. Es un buen amigo. De Connecticut. Es un veterano de guerra. Y tiene 78. You have 78, ¿no? 76, 78. 76 años. Y anda como tronco. Ahí estamos, compadres. Saludos. Viva la raza. Viva toda la gente. Viva Estados Unidos. Viva México. Y viva todos, compadres. ¿Verdad? Ánimo, compadre. Your motherfucker.
Yeah.